What is happening within the Conservative Party of Canada? It's a question without firm answers this morning after another MP crossed the floor to join the Liberal government.
Quite simply couldn't sit on the sidelines after seeing what the Prime Minister was, ambitious agenda he was undertaking.
That was MP Matt Jeneroux yesterday saying that he was leaving, previously had said he was leaving politics to spend more time with his family. But now the Edmonton Riverbend MP says it was Prime Minister Mark Carney's speech at Davos that convinced him to reevaluate. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is calling the floor crossing a betrayal of the people in Jeneroux's riding. To break down what is happening, what this means for the Conservatives, we're joined this morning by Lisa Raitt, former deputy leader of the Conservative Party. Good morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie.
Okay, as a former leader, I'd love to know your thoughts on this. What does a third crossing in 3 months mean for the perception of unity from within the federal Conservatives?
Well, if you're sitting in that caucus right now, you're certainly looking around you and saying, what's going on? You guys you're my friends. Why are you leaving us? What's been happening? I would expect two things are happening at the same time. One is the MPs who are left in caucus are wondering, okay, do we need to fix anything here? Do we need to make sure that everyone is camaraderie? Is there everyone getting along? Are we doing as much as we can for the family to make sure people feel comfortable and happy in the party? And that's on the MPs. That's their job. The second thing at the same time, though, and I'm saying this directly to Conservative MPs who may be thinking about crossing the floor, because Anne-Marie, this place is rife with a lot of rumors right now. If you're thinking about it, just do it now. Get it over with. Don't drag this out. If you've decided that you want to leave the Conservative family, go ahead. Just go ahead and do it. And then the Conservatives can get back to what they do best, which is right now fight for the Canadians in terms of affordable living, and as well be the official opposition in the House of Commons. All of this is distraction, and it's not helping the average taxpayer.
Can you explain more of that strategy of encouraging? I mean, if you're going to go now.
Well, it's not their strategy. That's kind of what I'm saying right now. I'm a little bit tired of listening to, oh, there's more MPs who are thinking of crossing, and I've heard somebody from this province and that province. And it's just become a bit of a parlor game, and it really detracts from what we should be focusing on, which is getting Canada's economy up and running, making sure that life is affordable for Canadians, and whatever policies the government's bringing into the House that the opposition does point out what mistakes there may be in it, what there are things that could be improved, and get the business of Parliament done. Everything else is just kind of like backroom politics, and it's not helpful. So if you are thinking about it, don't draw it out anymore. Just get it done, like pull the Band-Aid off.
Jeneroux had previously said he was going to be stepping down as an MP entirely. What he said in November is, for now, my focus must turn entirely to my family and the responsibilities that come with that. And then fast forward to what he said yesterday in a statement. After further reflection with my family and conversations with colleagues and constituents, I will be continuing to serve in Parliament and will be working with Prime Minister Mark Carney, helping to face the challenges ahead. So to your point of MPs asking themselves, like, what is going on? Who do we need to talk to? What might have been offered to Matt Jeneroux in order to convince him, maybe, hey, well, I'm not going to step aside? I'm assuming his family didn't have a change of heart. So what changed his heart?
Oh, I don't know. You're going to have to ask that. But I will point out something interesting I find in all of the language coming out of this floor crossing is the fact that they're both very, very much trying to avoid the word liberal. It's always about joining my government or joining the government. I mean, Matt Jeneroux is in the Conservative Party to join the Liberal Party of Canada. And as a result, his constituents, who have always voted Conservative, are going to be wondering whether or not they're going to vote for the Liberal Party of Canada in the coming election. And really, it's his constituents that are going to hold him to account at the end of the day. So he can say what he wants to say in his press release. When the polling comes, when the day comes for the election, that is what's going to be deciding whether or not this was something that his constituents wanted. Are they going to vote for the Liberal Party? Or are they going to vote for the Conservative Party?
Lisa, you obviously believe that there are some MPs who are Conservative MPs who are sitting on the fence, weighing out their decision right now. How many do you think that could be?
You know what? I don't, Anne-Marie, I was surprised about Matt, to be honest. Like, when my son told me yesterday, I was shocked. But all I'm saying is that it seems to be, first we talk about the floor crossing, and then all of a sudden there's all over social media rumors about, oh, I hear there's more MPs, and don't forget there may be another shoe to drop. And all I'm saying is that if there's somebody out there teasing the fact that they're thinking of going and telling people other than their party leadership that they're thinking of going, then just put us all out of our misery of all wondering and just move on, because we got to get back to what's important, which is looking after the concerns of Canadians.
Okay, but if you follow the links on the chain, if they're leaving and they're saying it's because of leadership, and you're talking about the context of a federal election, and Canadians are looking for who do you want to lead. If the people in your own party don't want to be led by you, what does that say for Mr. Poilievre? And let me ask you about numbers. He just came off of this convention in Calgary, 87.4%. We know he's raised a ton in fundraising. He brought the party, the closest that they've had to government in a really long time. Those numbers look great. But the other numbers are 3 MPs in 3 months, and he didn't win the election. So what does it say about his leadership, and how does the party move forward if there are people within the party who don't trust his leadership or don't like it?
87% is a really big number, I have to say. So that is a resounding success at the Conservative Convention, which are the people who really get out there and work on elections. What I think, I'm going to go back to the beginning point. When the people have announced that they're crossing the floor, they're not saying they're joining the Liberal Party of Canada. They're saying they're joining the government. The motivation is to be part of a government. It's interesting to me that they bring in about leadership, but they are not crossing into an opposition on principle. They're crossing into a government for the perks that go with government. The phrase that is very well known in Ottawa is that your best day in opposition still isn't as good as your worst day in government. It's a great attraction.
One last question. This is around Jamil Jovani, and we're talking about what's happening within the Conservative Party of Canada. There's this tension around the fact that he went down to the United States, he met with J.D. Vance. This does not seem to be the program that every other politician, including the federal Conservatives, are following. So what does that say about unity within the Conservative Party when you've got an outlier like Jamil?
Jamil has said that he's gone down to Washington to use a personal relationship that he has in order to speak on behalf of his constituents in Oshawa, which have a GM factory. Okay, I'll accept that at face value, but he's not representing the Conservative Party of Canada. And really, MPs are allowed to advocate for whatever they want to do. Even Doug Ford said that yesterday. It's okay for you to advocate for your constituency. Where it becomes important, though, and where this becomes problematic, if I can use the word, is the fact that when you go down there, you have to be very careful of the words that you choose, because you are under the spotlight with respect to Canada-U.S. relationships. It's not the normal kind of, as an MP, I'm going down to talk to somebody I know. The stakes are really high and they're supercharged. So be careful what you say down there, be careful what you say here, and be careful what you say in press releases or in any kind of interviews, because they reflect on the Conservative Party. And that's the kind of thing you have to look out for.
Anti-American hissy fit, I'm assuming, are the words that you're referring to there. Lisa Raitt, former deputy leader of the Conservative Party, thanks for joining us this morning. Great to have your perspective.
Always. Thanks, Anne-Marie.